Where should I buy real estate in Canada in 2021? We're going to start off talking about an article which I think is valuable. I love the Money Sense publication. Every year we track these. And so I think it's cool for us to see, to start out, where are there going to be opportunities? But from here, I also want to discuss where the movement has been. If you're going to leave Toronto, where are people going? Right? Because migration is often a good indication of where there's going to be price growth. So here's what Money Sense has to say. Amid the shifting trends, how should aspiring buyers approach the market? So they partnered with Zoocasa and they compiled a 2021 edition of Where to Buy Real Estate, revealing markets that offer the greatest value and potential for appreciation over time. Nobody needs appreciation, do we? Here's a little bit of a tip. Toronto came 39. We're not on the short list. I'm sorry. You didn't expect us to win, did you? You want to know why the Hockey Hall of Fame is in Toronto? So Leaf fans can remember what a Stanley Cup looks like. Well, who did win? Number one on the list today is Bancroft, Ontario. According to their Economic Development Committee, the town has enjoyed a 28% increase in job creation since 2011. Who would have thought? That's almost double that of the Ontario average. When it comes to prices, they've seen an 86.6 increase from the previous year as far as prices, and the listings have bounced back as 64.7% more homes came to market. Right now, they're sitting at months of inventory at 0.7. Crazy. That's very low, of course. So that put Bancroft on the top of the list. People like those cottages, like to get away. Who would have thought? Number two, Woodstock. The unemployment rate at the time of the census was 5.2, which is below the national average at 7.5. So we got good jobs. We also have a lot of people moving there. And we have a lot of history. Remember, historics as an indication of future. Well, the average price index for all homes grew 19% over the year. That's in 2020. That's not this year. That's 2020. And it grew up a whopping, over the last 3 years, 67% leading up to that. However, as buyers gain the flexibility to work from anywhere, which COVID did, the city has been overwhelmed with interest. Their months of inventory right now is at 0.4 months of inventory, down from 1.8. And the average price in March 2021 was a record $650,000, which I know a lot of people are just like, oh, $650,000. Guys, that's a 38% increase since March 2020. Number three on our list, London, St. Thomas. Zoocasa's average price index reveals a price of $436,000. Again, sounds low, but it's an increase of 16% year over year. And it was 77% over 3 years. That was in 2020, but 2021 made things go up even more. Prices rose 17.8% with the sales to new listings ratio hitting 78.5, which is a massively strong seller's market. Now, this is what's crazy, guys. When we're talking about these are opportunities for you to buy in 2021, and yet here we are sitting back looking at what happened over the last year, the last 4 years, really, if you add in all the stats they've got here, just goes to show you that even though prices have gone up as much as 20%, in some areas 30%, doesn't mean that 2021 is going to be a calm year for these areas. And in fact, we see in London, they were also sitting months of inventory at 0.4. That is just outrageous. It's absolutely outrageous. Meanwhile, as we said, people like to buy in a seller's market. They don't want to buy locally. And we see a lot of people in Toronto leaving the city. Where are they going? Maybe that's an indication of where there's opportunity. Well, we see Toronto and Montreal. There's an article here. This is from BlogTO saying they're moving to Vancouver and Halifax. We'll talk about the numbers, but people are leaving Toronto in record numbers. Even Toronto's Major League Baseball teams moved away, right? They wanted to avoid crossing illegally. Jaywalking. But where are they going? So they say this: small Ontario towns, cottages, and other GTA cities aren't the only places people are moving, according to new data from, who would have thought, LinkedIn talking about this stuff now. So where they're leaving, their workforce report for Canada, which analyzed internal migration trends nationwide, shows a huge number of people have moved away from Toronto, 12.2% drop, and Montreal, 22% drop in April 2020. But where are they going? Listen to these numbers. Vancouver had an opposite effect, increase at 10.5%. And in the last 15 months, and there was a whopping 39% increase for Halifax. Now, as a percentage, it's aggressive because the number is obviously lower, but these are where people are going. Why go there? LinkedIn cites benefits such as access to the coast with its oceans and beaches, better weather, and a more laid-back lifestyle and career opportunities. Guess what? The West Coast was recently named the top location in the country for professionals to fulfill personal and professional ambitions. Really, in the tech and finance sector, we see a lot of growing industries, which have been historically really attractive in Toronto. Maybe that's a reason for you to up and go. But maybe you want to stay in the city, right? Because we're going to talk about what you buy in 2021. Maybe you don't want to run to no man's land. Maybe you want to stay local. Well, if you don't mind staying local and maybe even in the sketchy part of town, you know where the red light district is in Toronto, actually? Behind the Maple Leafs net. But if you want to stay local, what is the next best option? A BlogTO article talks about that today. Toronto condo prices are soaring for one specific type of unit. Guess what it is? Condo prices overall leveled off this month, save for the 3-bedroom unit, the big ones. Condos of that size, on average, have gone up 30% since March, from just shy 700 to 905,000 for numbers from Strata. Unbelievable. Why? Well, the experts at the condo sales website believe this is in part due to the slow return of people who left the city for more space at cheaper prices. So people are coming back and who want to continue enjoying more space here in the city. I got to go back, which doesn't mean I got to hide in a hole. So they're trying to get that balance. So looking forward, agents believe, in this article, they believe the interest in 3-bedroom units will only continue, with inventory levels falling and forthcoming demand from students and other renters as things continue to open up. That also goes for the rest of the GTA. They say the rest of GTA 3 bedrooms have gone up, but not nearly as high a figure as in Toronto. But when I think about this, the first thing that comes to mind is there's really not a lot of 3-bedroom units in condos in Toronto. And I think that's a big part of it. It all kind of falls under this missing middle category that has been really tight, not talked about as much lately, but has been really tight over the last several years. So we're going to have people in Toronto whining about losing out for years to come because of the lack of supply.